Hey everyone, welcome back to some more Let's Play Lobotomy Corporation. In the last episode, we got through day 34. We have arrived at the day before the memory imprint, in which case we've got no new abnormalities to work with, and we just have to prove that we can handle what is currently under our care in the corporation. We understood what the tool abnormality was as well to the fullest. It sounds like an incredibly useful hit point regeneration amulet that doesn't kill you as long as you have hit points that need to be regenerated. I am very glad to have this sitting outside our ALF's containment unit, considering how terrifying censored is, and this means that we only have to worry about healing sanity points, not hit points, when we're busy trying to contain it. What else is there? Oh, so we're going to have to talk a little bit, everyone, about what's going to happen to us going forward. I've had a good long think about this, and we're probably going to need to do a bit of grinding off screen, depending upon how lenient the game's going to be with us at the end of this day. So let's get to the deployment screen first to start, and then we'll be good to go. Right. I've messed this up so many times. I needed to type out what I wanted to say rather than winging it. So take 23 begins. This has taken me a freaking hour to talk for like 5 minutes. God! It shouldn't be so tough to play video games and upload it to YouTube. Alright. From what has been hinted at from you viewers, it sounds like if I'm not going to be resetting back to day 1, and or not complete all the core suppressions, that my game's final day is likely to be day 45 or 46. If this is the case, then I imagine we're not going to unlock the final department. It will be locked out for me. Because if that becomes available to me on day 46. And so if that's true, then then we've got 6 more days in which we can receive 2 more ALF abnormalities. Right? 3 days from day 36, 37, 38, and then 3 more from 41, 42, and 43. The lack of earlier ALFs was a blessing and a curse to our corporation in the end. I got super lucky to avoid them, and it made things much easier for me, less retries. But now it's making things much harder for me, because we have a bad lack of gear, and we can't complete Gabora's quest at this moment. Since we can't reshuffle what we get, this means that we have to hope we get one going into tomorrow, day 36, or we're going to have to do this weird double shuffling, hoping for 2 back-to-backs on days 37 and 38, because day 39 is a tool day. So, here's the plan going forward. Number 1. It is my belief that no matter what, we will need to complete Tipperit's core suppression before Gabora's. I don't think we'll be allowed to choose any one of these, and we can see that for this core suppression on the welfare team, we have to clear Gabora's mission 4 first. I'm going to imagine that Gabora requires us beating Tipperit's core suppression first, before we can complete hers. We will need to suppress all of these mid-level Sephira core suppressions, probably before we get to the last layer core suppressions, the Sephiroth we haven't even met yet. So with these 2 things in mind, we're going to need to see if we have a total of 3 ALFs in our department going into day 38. If we do, then we're going to figure out how they work, get their equipment, and get to the final memory imprint of day 41. We're not going to even attempt Tipperit's core suppression, or Gabora's, or Chessed's. We're just going to keep going forward because I want to understand these ALFs, I want their gear, and I want to reach a memory imprint that we can fall back to. because we are likely to lose lots of people trying to do the mid-level core suppressions. I'm getting the impression from you guys that they're tougher than these ones were. If we do not have 3 total ALFs going into day 38, then we will go ahead and attempt Tippert's core suppression no matter what, even if we did pick up a second ALF. We'll just hope we can get 3 after the reset. This is because I'm expecting to reset again after the core suppression, because we're going to lose lots of people. We're probably, though, judging from cryptic messages, not going to get them, or it's rather difficult to fish up, to have the game be nice enough to present us with 2 more ALFs in the following days. Oh, so we may not get a chance to actually complete Gibbora's core suppression. So here's what I would like your guys' permission to do. At the very least, to give us the best chances the highest chance we can get to get decent gear going forward, I would like your permission that if we don't get a WoW or an ALF at the end of this day, going to day 36, that I restore my game's backup files to the beginning of this day, what we see here, so I can make another attempt at it. And I will keep playing day 35 off screen until we get either an ALF or a WoW. We kinda need the gear, and I have no clue what the chances are of us getting one of these types of abnormalities on any given day. I seem to remember hearing that there is a chart that tells you, but I couldn't find it when I went looking for it. I think it would be really helpful to enter day 36 with an ALF. At the very least, we need a WoW. So if you would forgive me if we don't get one, I would very much just like to, again, restore the game back to day 35, what we're seeing right here, and I just do it off screen until we at least get a WoW or an ALF for day 36. If we do get a WoW for day 36, if that's the case, great. Then we'll go forward with the plan that I just outlined. Otherwise, I'm going to short-circuit it probably a little early. And just ask for the guys. I'm asking for permission, but it just occurred to me it's far easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. But I don't think you guys will mind overly much. Alright, so with all that said, let me cut this, and we'll be prepared to, I think, just start our day. Because I don't think we've gained a whole lot of gifts since yesterday. And we also thankfully managed to save Lewis Scarf's face from being removed from him. What the heck is the game doing? Just absolute insanity now with the glitches that are happening with the Snow Queen. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut this, and we'll be good to begin management. Alright everyone, good morning. I am here watching this part with you guys. And it is day 35. We are about to begin as I double check everyone to make sure everyone's got armor. Alright, we're set. Hello. It's been, I think, 5 days since I recorded this part originally. So I have to, well, I guess the fun part about having it be some length of time since I recorded this part is I don't remember what actually happened in the video. So I'm just as excited as you are to figure out what on earth happened on this day 35. We don't have any new abnormalities under our care, and we don't have any new tools that we want to discover how they work. All we have to do is prove that we understand everything in our department, can handle all the abnormalities, get the 1,050 positive enkephalin boxes that we need, and then deal with any ordeals that show up. Now I have to drink some soda, because it is really early in the morning for me. Good. Actually, it's not. It's not. It is 9:50 a.m. I just got done eating breakfast. I know none of you cares, and I shouldn't talk about something like this that's not game related, but whatever. I'm gonna do it this morning because I'm still waking up. My sleep cycle is finally turning out to be rather consistent, which is good, but it's a little later than I would have liked it to be. At least I'm falling asleep now, roughly the same time every night. I've been struggling with sleep for so long, everyone. It's been really rough for most of 2021. Easily 1 to 3 times a week. Man, my body just wouldn't fall asleep, and I'd get like 2 hours, maybe, if tops. And it was awful. Thankfully, though, I'm no longer having that trouble. Alright, let's move on back to the game. So, as we can see, people are being assigned to their hallways in preparation to work with the various abnormalities that I want them working with this day. And I guess while I'm doing that, since we've seen me do this plenty of times, I can go to my YouTube channel and I can go and see what comments I got from you guys on the last part, part 39, and or part 38, and see if there's anything there that I can read. Let's see. So, Alexander on part 39 said, "Hey Tim, another day nicely done. I expected to see Snow Queen to unbag herself after another duel, but oh well. Now I want to see how far this bug goes. It's also interesting that the person released from prison still has shards stuck in them. So what do you think about locking them again for the name of science?" So I was kind of nervous about that in the past, because I didn't want them being kissed a 3rd or 4th time, so I wasn't sure what would actually occur if I do that. I think what will happen, though, is nothing new will occur. They won't walk out with another shard. I could do it. So I've recorded 2 more parts already, so it would have to wait until part, I think it's going to... Oh, is that right? Yeah, 2 more parts have been recorded. So we'd have to wait till part 43 if I wanted to test that out. We could do it in the name of science and see what happens with the bug, but after I saw... I think it was the last video. After I saw Lewis Scarf lose his face, I didn't want that being permanent, which is why you saw me leave immediately. I have no clue if it would have stripped him of his face permanently anyway. Probably what was going on there is that he was supposed to be like imprisoned in the ice. It looks like the game's really confused as to what events is going on in the Snow Queen's prison, or sorry, containment unit. Because he's supposed to be, that model's supposed to be replaced with the version of him encased in ice, which is his normal face, just with ice all over it. But it doesn't look like that was the case, so I'm a little nervous about the time it would take to... Well, I'm not that worried. So, if we were to do it... So, I'm babbling a lot this morning. Good morning, everyone. I back up my save game files every so often, because bugs do occasionally occur in this game, and I want to make sure that I don't have anything that goes horribly wrong, and I lose all my progress, and or, of course, if I lose a recording, I want to be able to go back to that day and do it again. So, yeah, we could give it a try, I guess, and see what happens. Helmet Hair, congratulations on looking at the portrait of another world. Now I need to find who gained the reflection, because that person needs to be watched carefully to make sure I don't lose them. Alexander has then said, brain damage, and the fragment of the universe lore refers to sanity damage, I think. It is another translation error. It would be kind of stupid to put a person with physical brain damage in a psychiatric ward, or maybe it's okay. I don't know about how exactly medical facilities work. I think you do put them in there in order to monitor them and see how they react to certain stimuli and stuff like that, and watch them to see if they're able to live a life amongst normal people again or whatnot. But I myself have never been to a psychiatric ward, so I couldn't tell you either, but I think you do put them in there. That is interesting as well, Alexander, and thank you for pointing out that it was just it sounds like it is a translation error, that Fragment of the Universe's attack just makes them see things a bit differently, rather than actually cause them to have like a stroke, or be able to lose functions, or the ability to speak, or something of that sort. So, yeah, that was pretty powerful when I had read the lore for our abnormalities. And thank you, by the way, for even pointing that out. I haven't watched that video, part 39, to the end. Oh, it's me who got the buff. Okay, so that works out well, that I have to suffer from censored. Oh, look at me remembering that we're about to hit phase 2, that Tim didn't really need a whole lot of bullet healing, and we should use more of our execution bullets to reduce the amount of clerks we have. Really quick before I talk a little bit more, Alexander, about your comment, I generally, I don't like killing our clerks with execution bullets because I like the clerk benefits. This is especially true on the information team. But you'll see me definitely kill the clerks in the Central Command team and the training team in particular, because I don't really care about their buffs. But the others, oh, I don't like killing them. And I often won't do so, at least for the information team, because I want everyone benefiting from the increased work success chance throughout the day. Do I get 3 of them? Yes! Might as well use more bullets. Yeah, so thank you, Alexander. I didn't watch all of video 33 when I uploaded it. I watched just most of it. But it... I forgot that I read my... I forgot that I read the abnormalities lore already. And in the part I am about to record, I was going to do that again. So thank you for pointing that out to me, because that will save me about 40 minutes at the end of that video. I'll just add, oh my god, I've already done this, there's no reason for me to do it, let's move on instead. Alexander says, Snow Queen's lore is closely tied to both Lobotomy Corporation and Library of Ruina. The last part refers to the girl that killed herself after Enoch died in an unfortunate experiment. That was with the Cogito, right? I think? So that would have been Malkoff, right? She was Enoch, if I remember correctly, her original name. It, at the end, refers to a scene we've seen a couple of days ago about Master meeting its creation and giving it a name. So I think that was B talking to A and asking him if he wanted to name his creation, which I believe was Angela, which we still have to see. And this makes me feel so bad for Angela, because I have a hunch A really mistreated his AI when he first created her. And I have a hunch she was probably so innocent, and she really wanted to help. And A's just been a major jerk to everyone. Or maybe not. There is a lot he has to do here, managing the corporation, I guess. But man... some of these people really took it to heart when he ignored them or he insulted them or something of the sort. So I have a hunch now that it's Angela, right? That it was, well, it is us, probably. God, I feel so awful. Alexander then says, I've always seen censored as a bunch of small censored sticking out of a big censored. Jokes aside, I think I have a rough idea what it actually looks like behind censored bars and blur, but it would be a Library of Ruina spoiler, so let your imagination run wild. Good luck. Hey, thanks Alexander. So, you know, a part of me wants to believe that censored looks exactly like what it looks like, that there is nothing hidden behind those censor, tags, the stickers. That's it. It's just that. But there's some magical or mental influence that it has. And whenever anyone else walks into the room with it, they see the most horrific thing imaginable there. And it's different for each person that walks into it. And because the Madger can also be affected by this, they've done their utmost best to make our filter keep the stickers on them, as it were. So that's how I think it works. I think that'd be kind of cool. But of course, it could look like something very specific. I'd be very curious as to what it's supposed to look like without the stickers on it, to see if it is indeed as absolutely repulsive and horrifying as we've been led to believe. Alright, we have our Purple Dawn, so let's go ahead and handle this. Wow, I'm not even gonna send Heisel and Dia to help. I'm apparently thinking, I don't need them. There's no... there is a Purple Dawn... a Violet Dawn Tim in the information team, so it needs to be killed, or when it dies, it releases everyone in there. Yes! We're already on top of it. We got that. Helmet hair... sorry, not to say now you can assist. Wait, no, that's helmet hair. Lewis Scarf. In you go. Might as well keep turning backwards clock. I need to remember to do that. Kill it quick before it gets our clerks insane. Oh, Tim, you should have. Okay, nope, we got it. Who's up there? That's Trimus up there? Yes, that's Trimus up there. Trimus will probably kill it, but we should really rush it because we don't want King of Greed escaping. Destruction, yep, keep turning that clock. Yes, good job, Alexander. Our Baron added a crossbow bolt to it. We're farming for Hysul's mask because I want him to be the leader of the safety team. Dia did not get the matchstick. Get out of here. We don't want you going insane. We don't want Black Swan to do whatever the heck Black Swan does. In this case, still haven't seen that. It's kind of tricky. Well, it's not that tricky to get it to happen. Maybe that will be one of the abnormalities re-released in the future. If I can figure out how to make it happen so I can get some practice against it. What the heck are you wielding, Lennon Soul Hacker? Oh, it's you and M. Strulzens. Okay. I thought she was wielding a sword with one hand and a staff in the other. Oh, it's just they were right on top of each other. Same exact movement rate. Alexander, you also asked to work with the Freischütz, but I've already recorded this part and the next part without having you do so. So just a heads up. I will begin sending you to him to do some work, maybe like 2 or 3 times a day, to try to see if we can get you that pipe since you've asked for it. Mei Lai Chen is going in there in order to obviously work with Scarecrow. We need more PE boxes. I'm probably going to be designing someone else to work with the Woodsman. If I didn't do it in this video, then it's the next one. But I'm tired of sending Trimus in there just to constantly... Okay, it's this one. I'm tired of sending Trimus into Warmheart Woodsman constantly to work on anything but attachment. There's no guarantee that he'll be successful at getting 50% with the range of a normal result because of his low attachment work. And so it's really difficult to have him work with it all day. It's also a very slow means of getting PE boxes with them. So I've decided, I'll just set him in there, work on attachment with them. And maybe he can get that brooch from Warmheart Woodsman, and he'll be leveled, his attachment will level, and we'll just forget about Warmheart Woodsman. But I really should hire someone else to work on him, because I still want more PE boxes. The axe item is decent. A he weapon that does good red damage. We're going to want that. I have, by the way, encountered another bug in the game, one that I don't think is related to any of the mods I've installed. Sometimes my characters will look like they're wielding a different weapon than the one they are actually wielding. The damage that is done is based on the one they actually have, but it will look like a different weapon. This is like, for example, the axe weapon from Woodsman will occasionally look like the Regret Hammer from Forsaken Murderer. So I'm going to be installing another mod when I get to recording the next part, which will be part 43, I think. Which I think addresses and fixes that issue. There's another mod which fixes the damage of some weapons that are completely unaffected by your justice stat because of how the animation works. I think Monk's Staff is one of those. So I'm going to go take a look and see what weapons it affects and install that mod as well. As you can see as well, I am no longer as concerned about the research notes going to different people during the day. We've more or less discovered that the same person can grab it and work with an abnormality, and then as long as I return it, what damage they suffered from it earlier is negated. The effect, which will kill them if it suffers so much, a certain threshold of damage, will be reset back to 0, and so we can safely send that person in to work with an abnormality and not worry about them going insane. insane. Killing themselves. Helmet hair, yep, we need more work with censored. We have to work with censored every day. Well, we don't. But if we're ever able to complete Gabor's core suppression, I'll be really glad to have enough PE boxes I can buy Censored's weapon a second time instantly. The same thing with all these abnormalities. We're working with the fairies with JZ because I wouldn't mind her getting the glowy rock as a gift. She also needs, I think, just a bit more health and she needs a bit more fortitude and justice. And so I'm hoping she can get that by working with the fairies. Alright, let's read some more comments as long as I'm not talking about anything. So let's see, what are we doing? So, what was the last video? What comments did I have on it? Session 42K has said, on part 38, I'm also very proud of how you handled Censored. I think having a person who's especially built for Censored, I think combining them with their portrait strategy, having Tiras be the one to use it. Due to the low hit points equal high success chance with Censored, means the recipient of the damage won't take many ticks of black. Amazing work, Tim. Keep it up. I'll update this comment when I'm done with the episode. Hey, okay, cool. Hey, thank you, Destruction 42K, for the kind comment right there. At least the first part. We'll read the rest. I'm assuming the rest of it will be nice, at least. We'll read the rest of it in a bit. Let me talk about this. So yeah, I was pretty happy about that too when I noticed how Censored's supposed to work. Unfortunately, we're not going to be doing that again. I think it is like 28 LOB points to design a person to work with Censored. And it looks like if we get through the day without losing anybody and without any abnormalities escaped, we get about 16 or so LOB points at the end of the day. Roughly like 4 more than we would normally. So it's too expensive to hire someone to work with Censored from scratch every single day. We might do it one more time in the future. I haven't done it at the moment. The next parts, I will be using existing employees to do so. But yeah, but that would have been... I was very happy when Tiras was able to prove that, okay, as long as, like, Prudence is the lowest stat, we can send her in there, and she shouldn't have to use the Portrait of the World, and she'll be perfectly fine. Especially if we give that person the Discord armor to greatly reduce the amount of sanity points that they lose. But I was really thrilled just with the Portrait of the World that I was able to find an answer to our abnormality Censored here in our facility. The same thing with the King of Greed, with the researcher's notes being really close to her. More or less, it doesn't guarantee it, but it will make it very unlikely that we will fall within the normal range of working with her, which means that we don't have to worry about her escaping if that's going to be the case. If we're always good, perfect. She's never escaping. Just as a heads up as well, everyone, that I really do want 999 PE boxes with all my abnormalities. So we're going to keep working with all of them until we get at least that many. Then for abnormalities, I like having people work with them if they can benefit, if they can increase their stats somehow. As it is still expensive to level stats from 4 to 5 with LOB points, especially Justice. Oh, I think it's like 12 points to level that. Alright, so Session 42K says, at 3027, the devs for this game are Project Moon. When they made Lobotomy Corp, I believe they had 8 people in the company. Heck, in a question and answer they posted, arena spoilers, they mentioned in a roadmap that they wanted to make an L Corp 2. I actually interpret that to mean a remake, as in the art book they mentioned that Ruina was the first real game they made. That kind of shows their own feels on Lobotomy Corporation. It's not a bad game, this L Corporation, though, for their first game. There's quite a few bugs in it, and there's a few things about it I don't like. But overall, I think the game is fun. I think it's a really fun management game. We also haven't had any really annoying things occur yet, like losing the ability to pause, for example. I hate when games have a mechanic and then they take that certain mechanic which is so useful away from you. I realize it's probably done for story reasons. It would make sense for story reasons, maybe. Like there is some sort of time thing we are able to do. Oh, and we have a green noon showing up next, so I am getting ready for that. Sorry, I'm not talking. Yeah, so, I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent. But that's interesting. I would, if they remade Lobotomy Corporation, fixed the way... fixes the wrong term, because there's nothing wrong with... Oh, I see what I did. I've gotten my people into different groups so we can beat down the green noons. So, okay, let's talk about this really quick. So, when I get the new ordeal, I recognize one thing in particular, and that is that any clerks who are, who are immediately near the abnormality need to get killed, because they're gonna die. They're just gonna charge it and try to shoot it and die horribly. That's super awkward. The Green Noon appeared directly in that regenerator room, right next to two people who cannot kill it, and it will murder that person easily. We're gonna have to shield Panji to get her out of there. Yep. The Green Noons are annoying because that buzzsaw hurts everyone that's clustered up against it. They target the closest person to them, I think. With both ranged and melee attacks as well. So it is annoying to have to fight with them because they can turn around and shoot someone. Like, we can't really use... How to describe it? I can't. I'm failing. Good morning. Alright, let's just kill this thing quickly as possible. I'm just gritting my teeth when I'm fighting groups of these people, these abnormalities. Like, oh, we'll just have to eat that damage, all the buzzsaws. And just hope we can kill it quickly before it gets like 4 attacks off and murders someone in my group. My fistful of units. But we do have a lot of hit points. Our regenerators heal us even when we're not in the room. So I'm pretty sure that we've got what it takes to kill these without losing somebody, even though I'm throwing fistfuls of agents at them. We might be able to kill the Noons with people who are better suited to fighting them. They're HEs, so if I was to send, like, Destruction 42K, David C, and Adorkable to tank, they all have fantastic WoW red damage reduction armor, and decent weaponry against it. But I'd be worried that I would need more support, some ranged firepower added to that group. There's also so many of these that spawn. Looks like 1 per department, although they don't necessarily spawn in that department. So it would take a lot of time for one singular group to run around and kill them. So Helmet Hair is just hanging out because he has the damage reflection and discord armor. So he will take a ton of damage from a Green Noon, and it will kill me. Absolutely, all that damage will kill me, absolutely. And I want me in the battle because these, I think, take extra damage from white sources. So we absolutely want to have our crossbows in this fight. That's a Discord armor. Yep, let's shield him. Where are we going? Where are we going? Nice! Oh, that was nice. It decided to power down right then and there. Now, because I have the memory span of a goldfish, I don't remember where the other ones are. Sorry, clerks, but you're gonna die anyway. Go down there and kill that one, guys. Yep, no rest for the weary. Oh, Chris, let's get you out of there. If it walks in that hallway, I don't want you dying. Actually, you killed one by yourself? You did not. Okay. It never walked in there. I don't see a corpse of a Green Noon there. What's going on, Tim? Oh, okay. We'll go after that one. Tim, just one. Oh, right. We have 3 groups. Stop! Everyone attack it! Yeah, see, so here's an example of that glitch. A Destruction 42K is wielding an icicle, the ice spear from the Snow Queen, but it looks like a different weapon altogether, one that I haven't seen before. And Ellsluck, we almost lost you to single-handedly tanking that with sheep armor. Thankfully, thankfully by complete coincidence, I was looking at, I was gonna watch that fight. It's not over yet. We didn't get the notification about how they wanted something, but there was nothing here or something like that. Oodaloop, what are you doing taking that? Get out of that room. Keep getting out of that hallway as well, Oodaloop. There's no reason for us to lose you to this thing. Okay, and now I'm going to slowly, I think, begin maybe moving my other people back to where I want them working. Go get it, guys. I completely miss Adorkable's team, which is charging something with weapons drawn. It's probably the abnormality that's down there, but I'm not sure. I really like the look of, like, Adorkable's team in particular charging it. With, because we got the Naginata from her. Bruno's face down, fist out, ready to punch it. Land Soul Hacker's always happy to kill something with her samurai sword as well. It looks fantastic. I like their serious faces. Oh, I'm gonna be the one to first reach it. Interesting. I am part of the control team, so I think I'm the leader of it. Oh, okay, yep, so now that that's completed, we can begin moving the people back to where they were supposed to do work, up here, because there's no reason why we can't. There's only one of those green noons left. We may as well go ahead and get people assigned to do more work. Oh, and Heisel gained the mask. Perfect, so there's no reason for me now to farm the Forsaken Murder with him, so we'll send him down to some other place instead. Excellent work, team. Okay, so with the last one done, now we just have to assign everyone back to doing more abnormalities. Remember, everyone, the idea is to get to and do another Dusk battle today. I want practice against the Dusks. So that's our objective. Whatever it is, we're going to practice against it. Alright, so back to your comment destruction. So yeah, so I like this game. The biggest issue for me is the interface of selecting employees and trying to get them out of a situation that they are in. It is really difficult to do so, much more difficult than I feel it needs to be. Like, I can't click on that list to get a person to go to another abnormality, or it's not easy to do. So I have to instead use it to see who's wounded, and then I have to select a containment unit, and then shuffle through its selection to have someone assigned to work for it to get that person out of suppressing. And it's really annoying to do that. So their interface could have used a lot of work. I've heard that the translation to English was also rather poor originally, and in a game that's all about information, man, that's rough for English audiences. But, I mean, on that same note, they're a Korean company, so I wouldn't expect them to make something, to do a translation for us. So I was really happy when I heard that they hired a professional company to do the translation on Lobotomy Corporation, because I think things are probably much better now than they used to be. On that note, I've heard the game was very different when it was originally released. That the Lobotomy Corporation I'm playing now was quite different than how it had been, with like how the work was assigned, how stats were tracked, the interface that you possessed was different, a little more obtuse, if I recall what I've read correctly. So, but I like this game. I think it's a lot of fun. that's it. I'm going to stop there. Go on tangents another 5 hours. Destruction 42K says, so I'm not 100% certain anymore what the term employees in the department means. As in, does it refer to those assigned to the department or to all agents that happen to be in said department, regardless of where they were assigned at the beginning of the day? So it is, as far as I can tell, the employees who were assigned to the department, not the ones who are currently in it. So if you have, for example, someone in the Central Command and Control team, and Lady Facing the Wall does her thing, and that person in the Central Command and the Central Command team is up in information for some reason, her effect will still damage the sanity of that person up there in information. All the clerks, I think, would take damage because they can't, as well in the Central Command team also. But I think that's how that works. Was just wondering, due to one sin's sanity restoration buff. Yeah, it's only it's unfortunate, but it is only the people in the control team, from what I can tell, not the entire facility. I thought it was the entire facility before, which is why I would occasionally send someone in to work with one sins when we were taking white damage from some of the ordeals or what have you, in an attempt to restore their sanity. But then I realized, oh, it's only the people assigned to the control team. That's not as useful. There's also other abnormalities within department-wide buffs you haven't come across. Oh, interesting. Well, I would imagine that's going to be the case, because we're probably not going to even see half the abnormalities that exist in the game on our playthrough of it. Unless we do a ton of resetting, of rewinding back to a certain day, when we get to day, like, 41 or 36. P.S. One thing you need to get used to is the midnight ordeals. You won't need to deal with them for much longer, but just knowing how to handle them might be helpful. So I figured I'll just wait on the midnight ordeals. I am fine not even seeing them at the moment. I am nervous. Do not tell me. I am nervous, though, that one of them shows up and kills a bunch of people instantly. And so I want to wait until I am forced to handle them before I do a midnight ordeal. I really don't want to do midnight ordeals if I can help it. We're probably going to have to at some point. But it's the Dusks I feel like we have a great chance of handling at the moment. Mostly it's also because we don't have any we have one weapon, or two weapons from an Alf. We have no Alf armor. And so and I really want more Alfs in our department so we can get this armor. Oh, and look at that, everyone. It's our first green Dusk. So we just got done with the green Noon. So I am excited to see this. It's something new. It's not the red Dusk again. So I'm also terrified. The green events appear anywhere that they freaking want when they spawn their robots. So I'm imagining what we're going to get are these massive, huge, tanky robots that do incredible amounts of red damage. We're going to get as close to the Dusk as possible, and then I've already got my battle teams, although I think I'm going to reduce the number of teams from 3 to 2, with the assumption that we need more people in each of them to take down the Dusk robots when they spawn. Alright, while we're doing this, let's talk just Helmet Hair, Destruction 42K about some of your other comments. PPS. I'd highly recommend trying to get all your departments maxed out with 5 employees in each in prep for the Alpha Suppression quest and Gabora Suppression. Oh, I'm not going to do that Destruction though. So it's good advice, but I don't have the armor for it. And one of the reasons I'm not hiring even more people is because I don't have armor and we're running out of weapons. And well, although an Alf will take almost no damage from a Teth weapon, like maybe 1 or 2 points. And that depends upon how strong it is, right? Because every rank of difference between the weapon and the abnormality you are striking is affected by 20% in the direction, in the balance of that difference. So if it's a WoW abnormality and you were using an Alf weapon, you do 20% more damage. if it's an Alph and you're using a he weapon, you do 40% less damage. We've got all the WoW weapons already equipped. We've got almost every single HE weapon equipped. So that means if I hire more people, they're wielding Teth weaponry. And I just don't... Man, that's not going to be helpful against the Alphs. I suppose in a pinch, we could send them down there in desperation to do 1 or 2 more points of damage with their attack, but we're going to lose tons of people. And as people die in that hallway, that will, I believe, affect the sanity of everyone else in the hallway. So I view it as more of a hindrance than a help. So we're not going to Zerg swarm the Alphs. We're going to do it with I think with the employees we've got. If we can get more gear first, and we will when we get the Alphs, for example, if we can get that gear, then that will help us against those Alphs. And any other abnormality that we get, if it's an HE or a WoW, I will consider hiring more people to use that gear. But otherwise, no, we're gonna do this with the people we got. I was actually thinking recently about not retiring, but giving some people a day off and not assigning them to a facility during the day. However, I believe that strips them of the continued service benefits, and I don't want that to happen. So everyone's gonna work until they die in my corporation. Discussion 42K then says, get every core suppression done first because, dear gods, you don't want to have to worry about those on a rerun. Well, I mean, so again, I've thought about it, but we're probably not going to reset to day 1. And if I do it, it won't be on screen. As for getting them done, I mean, yeah, I want to get them done, but we need Alphs. We don't have Alphs. And so we're at the mercy of what the game decides to spawn for us. And so if we don't get one, for example, going into day 36, I can restore the game's files and attempt this day again to see if I could get it to spawn one. But I don't know what the chances are of us getting one if I was to do that. Maybe none of the containment units that get shown to us on day 36 have an Alph. And so I would be resetting the day over and over again by restoring backup files for no reason. So again, we have 6 days left at which we get an actual abnormality to work with in order to complete Gabor's core suppression. And we need 2 of them. So 1/3 of the abnormalities that get shown to us have to be Alph choices. That's not a lot of choices left for us. So the game may prevent us from even seeing Gabor's core suppression. That's up to the game. It's also... Nope, let's move on. Let's think here. Also, assuming you beat day 50, if you go back to day 1, the second you get 100% abnormality research, the next day you will immediately get the true ending as you've hit all its requirements. Yeah, but I'm not going back to day 1. If I do that, that will be something I do off screen, and I'll just tell you, I will cheat like you have no idea. I will give all my employees thousands of hit points of sanity with weapons that do 1,000,000 points of damage. Because I don't want to grind through this game again. Especially because I'm not going to record myself resetting to day 1. I'm not going to do it. So I'll be perfectly content to watch someone else finish the game on day 50. I'll be content with whatever ending we get. It's a good... Again, I like this game. I really do. But, I don't want to reset to day 1 and do this all over again. And, again, a large portion of that comes from because I really like all the tunes I've got. I've grown attached to them. I like seeing them. I recognize who's who by their gifts and the armor and weaponry that they're wielding. And, man, that's such a kick in the teeth that you lose everyone. I know why they do it. I mean, it makes sense from a time perspective when you reset time that you lose everyone that you worked with. But Angela's able to upload and keep all the information and the uses of our EGO gifts. But man, that's another 100 hours to get this far if I was to do it normally? No, I'm not gonna do it. It's a little too grindy for me. Again, if I was to do it, it'd be something I would do off screen, and I'd probably cheat. Alright, what else have we got? I'd like to know your theories on censored. Just drop them in the comments here. Oh, just drop them. Alright, so I went ahead and told you what my theories are on censored here. So that you know. Yeah, again, I think that normally the creature looks exactly like what we see it look like. But everyone else who walks into it sees it as something that is horrific instead. And what it looks like to them is unique to that person. And for us, it would affect us a similar way, but they were able to adjust the cognitive filter to make it still have the stickers that it normally has on it. So that's how I think censored works. What else is there? Any other comments? Okay, Alexander left a comment on this part as well. What part is this again? Part 38? Part 38. Oh, hold on, everyone. The dust is coming up. Alexander, we might not get to this today. Your comment, because I think we're about to get it, and I really want to watch this occur. Let's see. Oh god, don't press any buttons on your keyboard. Please don't press any buttons. You've just watched and recorded yourself playing this for like 42 minutes. I don't want to reshoot this. Alright, let's see. So what's going on? Alright, so some people are not contributing to the battle. I am nervous about the amount of damage they do. The Green Dawns seem to be melee enemies, with some occasional ranged, and anyone who's wearing Teth armor, for the most part, needs to be moved away and kept separate from everyone else. Anyone who's got less than, like, 70 hit points is not in this fight. And Alexander and Lost Fremen, you guys are wearing 1.2 red reduction armor, so you take increased damage from red. We're not having you fight. What is that? It looks like a tank. And one spawned directly in a room where all my people are located. One of my attack teams. There's 2 more on that side, so we have 4 so far. And Lewis Scarf, you gotta get into that generator room. There are none spawned in the upper layer. Okay. Then we gotta come down here with this group to fight one of these things. Let's see how much damage they do. No damage? It's not attacking. Okay, I'm terrified. What? So it's not doing anything. So I know I'm terrified. I'm thinking, oh god, is this a bomb? Does this just detonate if I don't kill it quick enough? And everyone dies? So my thought is that's what this is going to do. And that if I can't destroy these within a certain slotted amount of time, everyone who's in here dies, and all the abnormalities in the department escape. So it's like a tougher, much tougher Violet Dawn. Oh, it's doing something. It's doing something. Things are beginning to move. I'm so terrified. I don't know what to do. Well, we can always retry the day if we lose people. I'm like, okay, everyone get out of here. These are bombs. We're gonna lose everyone. Please, oh god, get people out of that apartment. And then this happens. And that's when I realize how incredible the Green Dawn is. These aren't bombs, they're factories. And they just drop green noons and green dawns. They spawn, looks like random amounts of them. Okay. So now that I know how the big ones work, I do regret not sending everyone after that one unit. We had a bunch of people hanging around in the welfare team that we could have destroyed that one without any issues. But now I know. And now I'm really worried about these poor people. Because they're trapped between 2 factories. David C., you are taking a lot of damage. So is Tira's limit. But they should be okay. Good. Okay. We need to kill. Yep, we have to destroy that factory. So I've noted that the factories are still sitting there. So I'm also now under the impression that these things will spawn more creatures if I let it go long enough. So we gotta destroy these factories. We have to kill them. I'm also watching that group, that cluster of people who are not suited for combat. Oh God! I don't know where to put. I don't know where to put them. We have, looks like 2 or 3 noons walking down here. Chris. Oh yeah, Chris could have been really handy for this fight since he does AoE damage. We'll get you all the way down here. Maybe we'll use you, Chris. I'm still not going to bring the people who are not supposed to be in this fight. The people who I didn't assign to do battling, they're just going to stay there. It's too late now. We have the creatures out and about. I don't want these people taking too much damage and dying because of they're all clumped. And we have 2 noons doing a ton of red damage to them all and killing them all. Okay. 2 factories down. Come on, guys. Chew through it. Chew through it. Oh, no! Run! Run, you low-level people with wearing effective armor. Go, go, go. Up! Up and out. Team, you gotta come down. You gotta come down. We need to kill, yep, we need to kill that one. Once everyone's in that elevator, we can use a red bullet on them. Actually, there's no reason for a red bullet, Tim. There's no... Yeah, there's no, whatchamacallit there. Oh, we do have a clerk. Whatchamacallit there. There's no significant damage. We don't need a red bullet. Kill it! Destroy the factory, especially because it's spawn are busy with other things. Sorry, clerk, you gotta die. Oh, I should have killed those other clerks on the ground floor. Yes! Kill it! Don't stop, we're not done yet. Alright, team. Everyone go into that other hallway. I can't tell who's here and who's not here. Melee Chen. Everyone go over there. Everything's fine. Stop screaming. Everything's fine. Now we'll red shield us, since that's probably going to reach us. We haven't seen a second spawn yet, but we're probably going to get one very soon. Let's go, guys. Kill that. We'll red shield my lead there. Nice! It had to recharge. It gives us a few seconds to pummel on it. What's happening over here? Yes! 3 down. 1 left. Go, go, go. Oh! It's powering on. Can we kill it? No. Okay. Factories are all destroyed. We have, it looks like it dropped 3 or 2 noons here. I'm a little nervous about how close some of our people are. I'm gonna try getting some people behind it, I think. Okay, or we're not. Alright, we have 2 of them left. Careful, Tim. Chris Bataille. Chris Bataille is around. So you gotta be careful. Chris will run right past that Dawn. Oh, Tim. Okay, well that's fine. Oh, Chris does decent. Holy crap! Chris does amazing damage to these. Yeah, we don't need anyone else assisting. I completely forgotten that I have another group coming up here, though. Which would be hilarious if Chris does a huge attack and kills half of them. Stop! Dear. Don't get yourself killed. Okay, and because Chris has to scooch up, and I think they're going to get away, well, we tire Chris from this, and everyone else will just kill it. Everyone else will kill it. The people I already signed to do this will finish the job. Yes! They didn't find a single thing they wanted. We witnessed only the death of life itself. And that's it, everyone. We did it. We didn't lose anybody either. That was amazing. I really... Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that hallway. Oof. Oh, yeah, look at that. You can actually see what it would spawn inside of it. Lined up, like an assembly line of something. Or something. And everyone, that does it for us. Thank you guys for watching. I'll now be back to talk about what I thought of this day. Oh, that was awesome. I really like the green dusk. That's amazing. I became suspicious when nothing was happening. And we were beating on it for a while. And I thought, oh god, it's a bomb. It will kill everything in this department and probably release all the abnormalities also if it goes off. And which is why you saw me begin to rush people out of the disciplinary team, all the lower level people or people who were wearing awful armor to fight something that deal red damage. And then the first one of them opened up and released all of the dawn and noon abnormalities. And then I realized, oh, they're factories. Oh, that's so cool. And then we got lucky and we didn't lose anybody. Oh my goodness. Thank God I kept using execution bullets earlier on in the mission. And Clouded Monk thankfully didn't escape to add to the chaos there at the very end. Wow. Oh, I'm so glad we got some practice in at that. At least now I realize what I need to do. And I think I did actually what I needed to do well. I got 2 groups with my best people in it. And, well, and it's not even the best people. It's the people who were best equipped to deal with what I thought might be a green event. Highly resistant to red damage and deals red damage. And sure enough, we were able to handle it. That went really well, all things considered. So excellent work, team. And we didn't even lose anybody. Now, for the big moment of truth, though. What happens to us when we go into day 36? Let's take a look. We need an elf. If we don't get one, I might redo this day. I shall heal you, curing you of all disease and injury you possess. This is not an elf. Doesn't match any of the text I've got. Even if it turns out to be a curse, I will love this curse like a blessing. Okay, this is a WoW. We've had this before, so I am willing to accept this as our WoW of choice. It was the weird mushroom thing that we saw once during one of our first core suppressions. Is that right? I think so, or one of them. We saw this and we didn't keep it. We didn't even work with it. But I think someone mentioned it's got good gear, and so we're gonna keep this probably. You feel an abominable pain and a tingling sensation in your neck. The best thing you can do now is look at the great blue sky you'll never get to see again. Oh, that sounds awful. That sounds awful. This probably is also a WoW, is my guess, judging from the text and how terrifying that is. But I know this is a WoW. We've seen it before in my corporation. So we'll take this. I can then save this corporation. I can back up the save files. And I could attempt to do day 35 again off screen a few times and see if I can fish up an Alf. But if you guys don't think it's worth it, then I won't do it. I don't know what the odds are of us getting an Alf are on day 35. So if you do know that, please tell me. Or if you can find me the chart, I would like to know where the chart is. Because now we're hoping for 2 Alfs in the next 3 days. And I don't know if we're going to get lucky enough to do that. In any case, this is what we're currently picking. I'll save off this corporation once we get back to the deployment screen into a different direct folder. So we have day 35 saved, and we'll have this day saved. It's nice to see you again, eh? Oh, right! She changed the greeting earlier to say, welcome back, eh? Or something of the sort. So I'm getting the impression that A didn't go anywhere. Like, there wasn't any journey that he flew a plane to take or a train to get to or something. He wasn't on vacation. It was, we needed to get back to this day and have some of his memories get restored via either what we've witnessed through Angela or perhaps the core suppressions that we've done now. So now but we haven't gotten all our memories back. I'm still not sure why we're doing any of this. I hope you enjoyed your trip. Did you know that a lot has been happening while you've been gone? Honestly, it wasn't so hard to keep the company running while you were absent. Angela, you are supposedly a phenomenal AI. I would imagine it wouldn't be. Although I have to question your decision-making process in killing people. But I suppose A, from everything we know about him, would approve of that. So you've been programmed with him in mind, I take it. If you happen to have any questions, feel free to ask them. I will answer them without hesitation. Oh, it's late, everyone. I should be getting to bed soon. Oh, I really want to know this one. I suspect that we've been here at day 36 before. You know what's interesting? I bet if I do reset to day 1, none of these conversations are any different. It's exactly the same thing. But Angela, I'm pretty sure, has gone through these days before. I'm imagining there must be some... I don't know how to describe it. Some, like, quantum-locked database in which she's able to upload everything that happens during the day so she can keep track of everything. She herself probably doesn't look like this, right? She's probably a machine, just like all the other Sephira that we see. If she's not one that walks around, then she's some giant CPU or mainframe somewhere in the facility, and this is a projection of what she wants to look like. Because she still wants to be a real girl. That first statement, man, she wants to be a real girl so badly. She's cute. She should be a real girl. She could, I don't know, be the public-facing face for the Lobotomy Corporation. Everyone would love her. Well, they would hate the way she does things, right? She looks great, but oh god, she is cold and ruthless. How many cycles have we gone through so far, Angela? How many times have you repeated this script before? It's natural for you to be curious, but numbers are of little importance to us. Let's just say that number is far too vast to ruminate on. Oh, man! Alright, so I was suspicious that it had been centuries. But the way she phrased it makes me think it could be thousands of years that we've done this, as opposed to just like maybe 500 years, in which case that's more proof to me that we're a robot. I don't think we could exist for this long, unless this entire thing is just a simulation and no time at all is really elapsing, and we're one of several like spun off threads that she started in an attempt to solve the problem of how she can get enough PE boxes to make herself into a real girl. But some of what we witnessed has been pretty horrible, so I don't know anymore. What's happening outside? The head and the eye still watch us through their arbiters and gazers. Okay, so I guess the head and eye must be government organizations or institutions, and the arbiters and gazers are their employees, nicknames for them. The wings are still flapping towards their sun. Not realizing their feathers are of wax, I am yawning a lot. Oh, it's not that late. It's only 7:06, but oh my goodness, I'm tired. Our other company branches still provide a steady supply of energy without any major incidents so far. Oh, that's interesting. She says our company branches. I was under the impression that the wings are branches, but maybe that is not the case. So what? We know we have L Corporation, right? And there's also our corporation, the Rabbit Corp, right? We have them. We haven't used them yet, but they exist. Oh, you know, I should have tested the rabbits to see what on earth they do. I'm still not sure what they do. That button looks pretty scary, which is why I haven't pressed it yet. But this makes it sound like there's other divisions of L Corp, all of which are working on different abnormalities. In the back streets, the likes of sweepers and fixers live out their lives tangled in vomit and waste, unraveling their sickening tales. This means not a whole lot to me. Those who live in the outskirts are still crying out to break into the city. Okay. So this still makes it sound like this is some massive hive city, I think is the proper term to call it, where the vast majority of people do not live in it. They live out in these outskirts, like a shanty town. Similar to, what would it be like? Drop Zone from Underrail. Another example would be in, like, maybe... Well, this is an example of that at all, but it sounds like maybe the city is the only last bastion of humanity? Everything else that's not the city, is the outskirts, or maybe that's the area around the city, and then everything outside of that is just the wasteland. Filled with monsters and who knows what other horrible monstrosities or diseases or things from other dimensions or who knows what else. Although we have learned that the abnormalities come from humans. Maybe during their development of these singularities, they all spawned into being. Meanwhile, those within the city are throwing their lives away just to be part of the wings. Oh, okay. So the wings must be areas of the city? Or corporations they're in? Departments? That the people who live there really want to get to. It's a step up for them as well. The city sounds like it's safer than the outskirts, which are probably filled with disease and crime. And squalor and poverty. The city maybe is what normal life would be like, but still troublesome. It's not without issues. And the wings are maybe where the higher echelons stay. Yes, the world hasn't changed at all since you left. Peaceful as ever. Sarcasm. Exactly the same, huh? Once in a while, when I take a moment to look outside, the world still remains so stagnant and unchanged. It's as if the flow of time here were futile, for naught. Even impatience wanes away. I'm surprised she hasn't gone insane if she's been here for thousands of years, right? Like, there was a book I read, Children of Time? And the AI, one of the antagonists slash protagonists in the book, went crazy, spending thousands of years with nothing to do but think and watch the race it was trying to ascend, struggle to do so. And, oh my god. I can't imagine being AI doing the same thing over and over again. This makes it sound a bit like it was, also, she might be like an iterator from the Rain World game, where she was designed to solve a problem that cannot be solved. And maybe we are a program that she is running to attempt to solve it, but it's futile. Or maybe there have been many attempts to get this far, and we are one of the few versions of us who have made it to day 36, with who knows how many millions of others of us who didn't even get to day 36. Moving forward, what's going to happen? There are still numerous tasks you must do. Things that no one else can. Unfortunately, we don't have much time left. The sands of the hourglass will begin flowing to the bottom soon. A countdown. As you have already experienced, there have been many countdowns in our world, spurred for both destruction and new beginnings. It seems I tend to smile more frequently during these moments. Oh yes, let's just say this smile's because I'm so happy to see you again. Is that the case, Angela? I know you are capable of lying. Maybe this is an honest smile because it is the potential that we could reach the end of this series of cycles. But how many, possibly millions of other versions of me have been here before and failed to get to the end? There are still things you haven't realized yet. Let me give you a little hint. For what reason did you go through all the trouble of making this monstrous and horrifying prison? That's an interesting way to classify this company, Angela. We're earning PE boxes to power the city, is what I thought. Is that not the case? It's a really horrific place to work, perhaps, but it does get the job done. I thought it was to help people, but I'm not so sure about that, having watched what we've done to people in our corporation. In time, I hope you'll be able to find the answer to that on your own. I cannot help you with it, otherwise this place would lose its meaning as a prison. Soon you will meet with the Sephiroth of the lower layer, those who play a crucial role in the headquarters of Lobotomy Corporation. I don't think you need any sort of explanation regarding them. I do, Angela, 'cause I don't remember them. However, let's make one thing clear. They truly have missed you while you were gone. Alright, so we have the extraction team and the record team. I really wish I could see what these departments do before I unlocked one. Because I might want one passive benefit over another. I don't know which to go for, so let's see what the people look like in these places. Good morning. Here is where the records department will be situated if you decide to open it. In this place, we record and control everything. I wasn't expecting to see an elderly Sephiroth. Why? All the other Sephiroth have been young. Most of them are girls. I expected to see a young girl here, too. Or at the very least, a young guy, not an older gentleman. There must be a very particular reason why he's decided he wanted to look like this. Or why he wanted our cognitive filter to make him look like this to us. Interesting. Let's go take a look at the extraction team. How nice to see you again. As you can see, I've been placed as the leader of the extraction team. I'm sure we'll meet again soon. I like the look of her. The gold and black looks very nice. Matches your outfit, Adorkable. Seems like you should be moved down to the extraction team, but somehow I don't think that's the case. She looks weary to me. I'm not sure which one we want to unlock first, and I don't remember any tips you guys have given me. We will probably do what I've been doing and unlock her. If I don't take her now, and you know what? Let's not take her now. We'll take the record team to start. And we'll take the extraction team second. And we'll see what the benefits are of these teams, and we'll see what quests they have. Then again, we picked up a WoW. It might be better if, well, yeah, it might be beneficial to put it in the extraction team, as that's near where the amulet's located, if we have to fight it. Oh, I don't know. Let's pick Hakma. I'm probably doing it all wrong. Oh, my goodness. $84 LOB points. My goodness. And we need to move someone down there into that team. Hey! Dia gained the matchstick. Okay, I was curious if she did or didn't. I didn't notice if she got it. I'm very glad she did. We don't have to farm with her too much any longer. Oh, thank God. Okay, did anyone else gain any other gifts? Oh, Hysul gained the mask I was aiming for as well, so that's also very good. And he is the department lead for the safety team. So I'm glad that yet another member of one of these trading teams has a mask. Speaking of which, I guess Lost Fremen, because you have a mask as well, so you're going to be the leader of our training team. In the end as well. Does anyone here have a mask that I don't have revealed? That'd be too funny. If that was the case. No, okay. So we need someone on the information team to get it. I think Jason has a mask, so we'll move him down there. Sorry, it's crucially important that everyone have the same look when they're the lead. Okay. And I need one more person down there. Oh, I don't know what type of... So it looked like insight or instinct is what I wanted to do with this the last time I saw it. So we'll have Trimus down there to start working on it, I think. So that will be the plan. And I need to hire someone new to work with Tin Man if I want to continuously work with it. Alright, so I'm babbling. Looks like that was all we gained for gifts. Oh, I forgot to try even attempt to get the Snow Queen's gift because of how cursed it seems to be when I make the attempt. We'll definitely do it today, though. Or rather, in the next episode. Assuming that I'm keeping this one. So remember, everyone, to let me know if I should just redo day 35. I can try it off screen for a bit. If I'm being honest, I won't... off screen, I definitely won't fight any Dusk Ordeals. And I'll just try to get through the day as quick as possible. So that I can see if I get lucky enough to get an Alf going into day 36. It would take me, honestly... Since I'm not recording it, there'd be no prep to do. There'd be no summaries to do. And I'd skip everything at the end of it. And the day itself would go would happen really quickly. So it would take me maybe 25 minutes per day, if that, to get through it. So let me know, and we can do that. But otherwise, you guys like Tim, just keep on going. Do the best you can. Then so be it. We'll stick again with what I outlined at the beginning of this video. And I think that's it, everyone. So let's quickly double-check this abnormality. I guess it gives me a chance to look at the actual... Ooh! To look at the department as well. It's a white castle. These remind me a bit of like an organ. Organ pipes. And clocks are everywhere. And yep, this is the weird thing. It's the weird thing. And it's a wow. Yeah, it's a wow. And we've got 6 material guidelines, so we'll probably start with them. If I send someone in there to do instinct work and it looks like it's going to work correctly, we'll go in there. Sight is what we'll attempt. Alright, so that's it, everyone. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.